Matt and Annie were excited. A weekend of camping in the woods, just the two of them. For Matt, it was a chance to show Annie the beauty of the American wilderness. For Annie, it was a new adventure, far from the bustling city streets she knew. But what they didn't realize was that something ancient, something hungry, lurked just beyond the firelight. See, isn't this better than a fancy hotel? Annie smiles, though there's a hint of unease in her eyes. It's beautiful, but kinda creepy too. Feels like we're being watched. Annie wasn't wrong. Something was watching. Something old. Something evil. Later that night, the fire is now just embers. Matt and Annie are asleep in their tent. Suddenly, a rustling noise is heard outside. Annie wakes up, her eyes wide in the darkness. Matt, did you hear that? It's probably just an animal. Go back to sleep. But the noise comes again, this time louder, closer. A low, growling sound cuts through the silence. Both of them sit up, fear spreading across their faces. That's not a deer. He grabs a flashlight and unzips the tent cautiously, shining the beam into the darkness. The woods are still, too still. But whatever made that noise was gone, for now. Matt, let's just leave. We can't stay here. We'll go first thing in the morning. It's too dangerous to hike back now. Dawn breaks, and the two hurriedly pack up their camp. As they head down the trail, they realize something's wrong. The path, it's gone, twisted into a maze of trees that all look the same. Matt, this isn't right. We're going in circles. Matt checks his phone. No signal. The tension rises as the woods seem to close in on them, swallowing their sense of direction. No matter which way they turned, the forest led them back to the same spot, the same clearing, and with every step, the feeling grew stronger that they were not alone. Suddenly, there's a loud crash. Matt and Annie freeze. Something is moving through the trees, fast, circling them. The growling returns, but this time it's louder, closer. Run! They sprint through the dense forest, branches scratching at their faces and arms. Annie stumbles, but Matt pulls her up. The growls follow them, the sound of heavy footsteps crashing through the undergrowth. But you can't outrun the Wendigo, the cursed spirit of the forest. It feeds on fears and flesh. Suddenly, Matt stops dead in his tracks, eyes wide with terror. In front of them, a tall, skeletal figure stands, its body gaunt and twisted, with hollow, glowing eyes, the Wendigo. Its long, sharp claws glint in the fading sunlight, and its mouth opens into a grotesque, hungry grin. Matt, don't look at it. Matt is frozen, paralyzed by fear. The Wendigo moves closer, its steps slow, deliberate. Annie grabs Matt's arm, shaking him. We have to go, now! Finally snapping out of his trance, Matt pulls Annie and they run again. But the Wendigo is on their heels, its breath hot on their necks. But the Wendigo never stops. It hunts until its prey is caught, and once it has your scent, it will find you.